We got Aaron Ransom here on FredTalk. Long overdue.
What's it's been
Bro,
this needed to happen a long time ago.
Yeah, but it's happening at the right time, I feel like.
Everything happens at the right time,
Right?
baby.
That's
what we've been talking about, man.
Yeah. So we were talking about man stuff.
Man shit.
Like being like
we're gonna teach y'all how to be better men.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be what Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels reincarnate.
Reincarnated, dude. Reincarnated, but like from a better perspective.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's definitely for the clicks. Now I'm fucking around, but bro, all right, so let's start here. What is a real man to you?
Rambo.
Screaming about your friends in a small town.
Anybody on steroids in the 80s? Real man to me. No, what's a real man? That's a good question, dude. What do you think a real man is? Let's break this down. I feel like this is more involved.
Yeah. I feel like the idea
regular.
of like I'll get a start. I'll throw us in a place. Well-rounded. Like I feel like a Renaissance type. I feel like today a man should have the strength both physically and emotionally.
Agreed.
Like,
and there's too many avenues for you to learn how to do multiple things for you to not know a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, in order like to say like what is a good man, it's like what do I like most about men? Like the men that I've met along my journeys.
Yeah.
You know?
Who's been what does that archetype look like for you?
For me, I've always enjoyed a man who knows a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
A man who can sit down at a piano and play a song.
Yep.
A man who looks at a painting and is like, yo, is that a Monet?
Yeah.
You know, like stuff like that, dude.
And then he could get drunk that night and then throw down.
Yeah. And he goes out and he's dancing. You know, freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom, but also worldly.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff, dude.
Yeah, I like that. The Renaissance type. And you talked about there's many different places where you can get that information. There's also like questionable places, and we talked about earlier about the red pill gang.
Yeah.
Where like there's some slight necessity for that, for the,
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever, but it definitely is like like you said, you have to like women to like be able to fall in love.
What I was telling them is like, don't hate them from the outside looking in.
What does that mean?
Hate them from the inside looking out.
What does that mean?
Like what I'm saying is like, don't download your brain with all this rhetoric, all this, misogynistic rhetoric with which you're going into, and you've never even dated a lady.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are going in with all this rhetoric, and he's like, have you ever even dated a lady? You're going to let Andrew Tate tell you how to feel about women. It's like, that's fun. That's cool for a little bit to get you out there. But to an extent, it's like to let another man tell you how to feel about stuff is not manly.
That's the
dichotomy of it, man. You know what I mean? It's like to let another dude just be like, here's the way women are, and women feel like this, and this is the way. No, dude, that's good to get you out there, but then you need to be, there comes like a certain level with which you need to be making up your own opinions.
Yeah, it's like ego. Like ego will get you only so far, but if you're trying to break through, you have to eventually drop the ego. Here's one meme going around the internet that I want to get your thoughts on. Is this question gets asked all the time: is what do women bring to the table? And I hate that.
I was
question.
watching that shit. It's funny I hate it too, because I was watching that shit earlier. I swear to God, I was on TikTok earlier. My girlfriend made me download TikTok, and it was awesome. I love TikTok. I'm fucking addicted, dude. I love TikTok, so I will waste 3 to 4 hours on TikTok. Easy, bro. It soothes me. I feel like those old ladies in casinos playing slot machines. You know what I mean? Where it's just like I'm just like, ching, ching. I'm just like watching it. You know what I mean? Like whoever made TikTok understands human addiction. Because I'm 100%. Addicted, dog.
Yeah.
But like,
what do women bring to the table?
But like that whole what do women bring to the table? I was watching one of those guys who's like known for red pilling and stuff like that. And I feel like the older you get as a dude, the less you're like we've talked about it before. Red pill, it has it has its utility. I don't know if it has a purpose, but it's got some utility to it.
A little bit, yeah.
To get like when band camp's over in high school and you got to put your trumpet in the closet, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And you have never like talked to a lady or whatever, you do need to not put it on a pedestal. But after that, after you start, we talked about it earlier, you cannot create a long-lasting relationship red pilling.
No.
You know what I mean? There comes a time
red
you gotta
pilling
put the red
might
pill
get you
down.
on your feet, and the good part about the most effective part about red pilling is the part where it's geared towards the guy, where it's like because it tells you get up and exercise, eat better.
That's exactly right.
That part's useful. The stuff about women, not so much. Other than like you said, don't put it on a pedestal. Like you're connecting with another human.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And they tell you like some of their escapades and stuff, and they tell you like the cool thing about like some Andrew Tate stuff is they are like he genuinely seems to like women. You know, like there's a part of him that genuinely likes women. And part of his is an act and stuff like that. And it's kind of like you got to be able to pick up that some of this is an act. Some of this
it totally is.
Some of this is fiction. Some of this.
When he's talking about if his son is weak, he's gonna have Mortal Kombat with him. That shit is funny. Like,
yeah. So it's like some of it is just geared for entertainment, and that's cool too. You know, but like it's kind of like with. It's kind of like with January 6th and stuff like that. Like, yo, some of that was just entertainment. It wasn't for you to storm a Capitol, dog. So it's like if you can take it as entertainment, take it as entertainment. Take it as like a little bit of like we're playing around, we're having some fun. But like when you start storming women's Capitol buildings, like that's when it's detrimental, dog.
Taking shits on an elected official's desk.
When you start stealing Nancy Pelosi's like fucking panties out of her office, it's time to reevaluate how red pilled you are. You know what I mean? And it's funny that it's the red pill too, because there's the red side of politics.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Red states, red pills, same thing. But no, like what do women bring to the table? It's like a lot of those guys asking those questions. I thought about this today. I was just like, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah. Like
what do you bring to the table? Like I was watching a guy like, and the whole time I'm like sitting there watching him talk. Like, what does she bring to the table? Because they usually like split screen where he's watching women answer like man on the street questions. Like, what do you bring to the table that other women don't? And he's like, here comes the bullshit. Yeah. Here comes the bullshit that women are going to talk. And it's just like, do you understand how little men bring to the table?
Yeah.
In most relationships? Not a whole lot.
Like, I just want companionship. And they do that. Like that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Like, dude, like what are they supposed to bring to the table?
Yeah. That's a weird question. And I don't think like if you're a dude that's whatever, you know.
Like what if she literally just said back scratches and I'll lick your balls? I'm like, that's enough. Like anything more than that, like I'm just like I understand what they're saying is like the answer is so low, but it's like that's still a necessity.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like that's still like you ain't bringing that to my table. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. They're not interesting. It's like we don't demand them to be interesting. Like that's extra, but it's.
Fun hang and touch me sometimes. That's it. I don't need what do you need? What do you need a woman to bring to the table?
Yeah,
that should be the reverse question. It's like what do you need?
That's a good point, right? Yeah. It's like how little boy are you that you? What do you need from a woman as a man? As this elevated version of this caricature of what you think men are supposed to be. Yes. What do you need a woman to bring to the table? Because honestly, that should be nothing if you're this supreme man that you talk. You know what I mean?
Other than like companionship, like just the connection of the other person, right?
Yeah.
That's
It's like if you're a self-made man the way you're supposed to be, you don't need him for a ride. You don't need him for money. You don't need him for anything other than what they can bring to the table from like whatever estrogen brings to the table, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like that's such a bullshit question.
I think it takes the humanity out of the whole situation.
Yeah.
Like,
cause it's like, you don't know what you need. Like, I mean, you can make up what you need, but like, you don't know what you need from a woman until she's giving it to you. And you're like, oh, this is awesome.
This is love.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I'm like, do you remember the first time you were Little Spoon? Like when a girl,
bruh, I
was like, holy shit, this is nice.
Yo, I on a daily basis, I'm still like, hey, turn my way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll roll it, hey, turn my way. You know what I mean?
Like okay, my turn.
Yeah. Like if But that's not an answer. If a lady was just like, I can be Big Spoon if you need me to be, he'll be like, this is bullshit. That's all she brings to the table. But if you get that, you're like, no, that's good.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, for sure.
What if somebody somebody that cares about you?
But my whole point was like watching this guy. I was just like, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table that she can't get from another guy? Like that's like the answers to that question are idiosyncratic. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's like, I got to bring money. I got to bring a place to stay. I got to bring. It's like, do you know how many other dudes bring that?
Yeah, and how many
Every
women can
single
do that
one
on their own? And, and women can also bring that to the table.
That's what I'm saying. Like most of the women I date bring that to the table.
Yeah, bro. Like
they bring steady jobs and financial stability.
I'll clean up the house.
Yeah.
I'm not bigger than that. Like,
dog, I will
stay at home. Well, how do you feel about stay at home dad life? Right? It sounds appealing as shit, right?
I'll do that all day, bro.
Right?
I'll do that all day.
Now, somebody listening to this might be like, oh, they're only thinking that because they think it's easy. I don't think it's easy.
Listen, my girlfriend's got kids. I've spent a few days with her kids. It's hard.
Yeah.
But it ain't construction hard.
Yeah.
I've worked construction. It's 97 degrees outside, 155 with the heat index. Like I've paved roads in that shit. Telling a 4-year-old like, hey, I don't want to watch trains no more. That ain't nowhere near as hard as telling a foreman that we need to take a lunch break.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I don't know. I'm not saying they're not hard, because kids are hard, dude. That's one thing I'm learning about like what I'm doing now. Like kids are like, they need attention and whatever. But like, yeah, it's appealing for sure. Yeah,
it's hard. It's way harder, but like the what you get back. Right, for doing construction, you get back a paycheck. With the kids, there's like this whole, I feel like, encompassing thing. When I was in my 20s, I was like, I'm never going to have a stay-at-home wife, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, nah, that makes total sense.
Bruh, all right, check it out. And we're going off the handles right now.
No, this is good.
Maybe, but like, check it out. I'm thinking somebody's got to stay at home. And here's the reason.
Yes.
I think modern society, people want to talk shit about monogamous relationships. I think modern society and the modern workforce is what's destroying monogamous relationships.
All right. We're getting into the Unabomber territory here. I like this.
What I'm saying is, the man wasn't wrong about he wasn't wrong about everything. No, but like, no. What I'm saying is like society is kind of like destroying monogamous relationships, because it's like when you make two. All right, the kids are detached from both of the parents. Mm-hmm. The parents are detached from each other because they work too hard.
Yeah,
you got a whole family unit that spends 90% of their time not around each other.
And giving most of your energy to shit outside of
most of your shit. That's why there's office relationships. That's why the guy's talking to his secretary, flirting with her. That's why the girl's talking. She's around Dale 10 hours a day. She gets free time around you maybe 30 minutes a day. Same with you. You know what I mean? With her.
Yeah. If you have kids, especially,
they're being raised by like daycare or the school system or whatever. So it's like nobody's really building genuine relationships around one another.
The price of daycare too has been pushing more people to, because that shit is like, know, $1,500 a month.
But for what you pay in daycare,
yeah,
one person should stay at home.
Yeah,
if you're not making $100,000 a year,
yeah,
stay at home and watch your kids, dude.
Word up.
Stay at home and watch your kids. Somebody should always stay at home, and that's why the grandparents, they're boomers. Most of them had pensions. Most of them retired. Make them watch your kids. At least keep it in the family.
Right? Yeah, they want to see him too. Be like, this is...
Yeah. Like, I mean, outsourcing all of that is like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but I feel like it's messing things up, dude.
So, going into seeking validation because of insecurity and shit. So things like cheating, whether emotionally, physically, there's the generalization that men step out, they cheat. And I would think it's most people cheat in some way. I think as a generalization, we could say that. So it's harder to be a faithful, like, righteous dude. How do you go? All right. Were you a womanizer? I don't want to make an assumption. I was going to assume.
I never had a steady girlfriend and womanized on her.
Okay.
But I have had like, I'm flipping 5 around at the same time. I'm flipping 4 around at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like having 3 flings going at the same time. This ain't nothing but like, you know what I mean? Like having like, all right, I got 4 women. I'll go to her house on Wednesday. Next Wednesday, I'll go to her house. Friday, I'll be at this lady's house. Wednesday, I'll go to this lady's house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, so as a man that has had those options, now being in a monogamous thing, what's the mindset shift for that?
Well, I mean, the whole time I was doing it, it was one of those things where it was more along the lines of, I feel like in a certain regard, you should do that. Like you need to. Anything I've ever done has been an experiment. It's never really been like, this is what I'm gravitated towards, or this is what I am, or this is who I am, or everything's mostly been an experiment, you know? So it was like one of those things where I was like, all right, I'll experiment with this. I'll see what it's like to, and I lied to him. It was never like a lie, but it was just like, you know, all right, Wednesday night, number 1's busy, so I'll hit up number 2. Friday night, these 3 are busy, so I'll hit up number 4. Like it's more along like that, you know?
Okay.
But like as far as monogamy, like I'm telling you, a lot of people want to try out all this other stuff, man. To me, having that one person to hold you down if they can, and I might have to eat crow. This shit might fall apart in a month. I don't know. You know what I mean? This shit might come crumbling down in a month. I have no idea. But to me, like one person and another person, I'm not going to say man and woman because I know that shit gets weird nowadays. But like one person and another person is the way to go. You get to learn each other. You get to figure each other out. You know what people are. You know, it's kind of like having a friendship that lasts a long time or something like that. It's bouncing around from a bunch of different people eventually becomes toxic or just wears you out. It's way better to have one person.
I think it's good to start like if everyone was just honest about the dating period before you find the one person, I think that'd be much better.
What do you mean?
Like almost like keep it open at the beginning until you guys both decide, no, I want to be the one for you because we've openly were able to try all these things. Now I know I want to be with you. That's how Rachel and I, we were kind of like, I know she was dating other people. I was seeing, whatever. And then eventually we were just like, yo, we hang out all the time. This is like, and then to me, coming to that conclusion felt more like, oh shit, this was real because there were other options and she chose me.
Another thing you got to take in mind is generational.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you meet somebody at 23, it's a lot different than meeting somebody at 33.
Yep.
33, it's a lot different. 33, I'm not going to say it's a little bit more pivotal that you calm down or figure things out, but I don't want to date 4 people. You know?
Yeah, that's a lot.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I want one person. Like that's what I want. You know, and are you going to be everything I want? Probably not. And I don't mean that in other way. What I mean by that is like, just because you have days, your down days, or days where you're sad, or days where you've been overworked, or days where you need to shut off, doesn't mean you're still not the person. When you're in your 20s, somebody's shutting off that day. It's like, well, I need to go hang out with Roger. No, like not when you're 35.
No, yeah.
You know, when you're 35, it's just like, all right, well, I guess I'll go to the gym while you eat chocolate and watch your show.
Yes.
You know?
It's literally.
You know, I'll go to the gym while you read your book. I don't want another person to fill this time, you know?
And I barely have time for like the one. Like we have to make time. I'll be like, all right, she's traveling. I got shows. You like your schedule should be busy enough where you're not just out fucking.
Yeah.
Fucking all day.
Yeah.
You're just bouncing women.
For God's sakes. Like, chill out.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're filling your whole void with, if you wake up at 30 and you don't have any hobbies because all you did was fuck, what's wrong with you? You ain't learning how to paint. You didn't learn how to like you didn't learn how to whittle ducks or something. Like learn how to do something.
Hit some chords on a guitar.
Yeah,
just like,
bro. Like learn how to play Wonderwall. Like learn how to do something.
How did you get this pussy? Just expand on those talents, whatever that was. Like learn how to
learn how to be a person.
What's a skill you picked up and you were like, I'll be able to get more women if I do this? For me, it was cooking. What's yours?
Oh, bro, I cook for me, but like guitar, dude.
Oh, nice.
Because I could rock a guitar, dude. I'm not like sweep picking level, but as far as like that pentatonic, baby, because I can throw down on some classic rock and like I'm all right at guitar.
Yeah, you
dude.
play like rock music. That's cool as shit.
Yeah, dude.
I don't see you as like sitting in front of a party. No, I'm not gonna. I will play acoustic, but it's rock acoustic. It's not. I'm not strumming chords. I'm like playing individual notes. Is what gets them going. You know? What I mean? Like you can't just be strumming. You can't just be strumming a G chord. Like you can't. It's like one step above kumbaya. You can't. You can't be kumbaya in your ass. You need to be like. You need to be like. You need to be able to play guitar to a point where it's like I could play with a band and it would sound good, you know? Yeah, see, that's a cool talent. That would definitely help with the ladies, I feel like.
For sure. Cooking's good too though.
Yeah,
Like when you could throw that when you can hand a woman a plate of food.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like that's when you're ready for like I don't know, man. It's like when you can cook and when you can care for a person, you're ready for like a one-on-one type thing. You know what I mean? I feel like most people want polygamy because they don't know how to care about themselves, much less care about another person. It's just like, I'm not saying that's not cool, but like, I mean, it's cool because it's safe.
Yeah, polygamy is like, it's definitely not long term.
No,
it's not. It's just a thing people need to do because they're horny and I don't know. It's. I don't want to disparage the polygamous community, but yeah,
Mormons.
It's not long term. Eventually,
go take a bathroom break.
A lot of the polys I've seen, either it crumbles or they end up with one person and they're like, oh no, this is the person. I don't want to do that other shit anymore.
Well, I mean, some of it might just come down to being tired. Like, I mean, you ain't got the same spunk to go out and.
Oh yeah,
you know
in your
what
30s,
I mean? Yeah, like I mean, in your 30s it could be fun, and it's like if you're reaping the benefits of everything you've built over the past couple of years, like you know what I mean. Like if you spent all college studying, and then you spent 5 years trying to work your way to a management position at your company, and now you're 30 years old, and you want to reap the benefits of what you've not allowed yourself to have for a while. I mean, I guess that's cool, but I don't know. To me. I don't know. I feel like people that are, I've never seen people that are trying it out with 5 or 6 different people that didn't really want one person. You know what I mean?
You mean they in their back of their minds, they want one person?
Yeah. Like maybe, I mean, I could be wrong. Like if anybody wants to tune in and prove me wrong. But like, I don't know. It's do your thing. Everybody's allowed to do their thing, but I've realized like I would much. It seems more valuable to me to own a piece of land than to rent 3 different houses.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get some acreage. You want some acreage?
Yeah, I know we're getting into objectification. Don't think that hard about it. But like, no, it's like that. It's I don't know. Like everybody, the more you're with a person, like you can't leave a person because they make you angry. That's part of it. That's part of the deal. You know, like you can't. It's a bitch move to deviate from something because it makes you upset. Life makes you upset sometimes. Deal with it.
Yeah, like as a man, especially, like you know, you're not getting the attention you need. So you know, some dudes may go seek that validation out somewhere else, and I feel like we all kind of do it to an extent. But I don't, maybe not actively seeking, but now it's like if I get some type of validation, I'm like, oh, that felt good. That was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like the more you're willing to, I think being a man is a part of like go all in.
Yeah.
You know, like the more a man can go all in on something, even if he loses, like people will watch a man start a business and watch it crumble and be like, that's that shit.
Yeah.
He stood by his, you know what I mean? Like he watched it fall apart around him and he built back from that. But then like, you're not willing to do that with your relationships. Like, go all in. If it crumbles around you, if it falls apart around you, it falls apart.
You feel better about it.
But there's a part of being a man that's like, no, I'm going all in. I'm going all in on this. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm not gonna like. It's a part of like we were talking about earlier. It's like being indecisive as a guy is.
It's not good.
It's not a good look.
Yeah,
it's not a good look. And so it's like if you're indecisive on your woman, it means you either you pick the wrong one, or you're like, I just want to have my cake and eat it too, and I just want to play the fit. That's not your shit to do.
Yeah,
that's not yours to do, dude.
Yeah,
as a man, you need to be honest. Like if you're cheating on your chick, that's dishonesty, and you should be able to be honest. You're a dishonest motherfucker. Now, if you look at her and you're like, I want this to be open, or I want to have 3 other girlfriends, or I want to. You don't want to have any kids, but I want this other chick that wants to have kids, and I want y'all to live together or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you can be, the more honest you are, if your relationships look weird, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're dishonest, that's bitch shit, dude.
Yeah. Talking about like being a better man, I feel like I've hit another level when I became less indecisive.
Yes.
Like you just make the decision, figure it out. You don't want that as a guy. You don't want that. I don't know what I should like. There's time to think about things.
I like Laura because she's this, but Sandra, she does these things, and I like that. Nah, bro, that's if you want to get down to red pill shit, that's women shit.
Yeah.
That's womanly shit of like, I like Dale because he has a job and he makes a lot of money, but Chris is so artistic and he's so great. No, that's women's shit. Leave the one you with for the other one. Make a decision.
Yeah.
Or talk that one into letting you have the other one.
Or both.
But it needs to be open. Yes. It needs to be open and it needs to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you're a dude. You either do some pimp level shit. You're not cloak and dagger stuff. You're not walking around. You know what I mean? You're not doing cloak and dagger bullshit. You're a grown man.
A man should never be sneaking around.
No.
Sneaking around is a bitch move.
No.
Like you
at all. You know what I mean? It's a bitch move for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's dudes will be cheating on a woman and be like, I'm a grown. No, you ain't. You ain't a fucking man. You're not a dude.
Is the CIA bitch? Because they sneak around. But is that a necessary?
Dude, J. Edgar Hoover, he dressed up in women's clothes. He's a bitch.
They got pictures of him too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, J. Edgar Hoover I think he started at FBI, but like it was like, he
did.
Yeah, that's sneaking around, wiretapping people shit, watching Martin Luther King cheat on his wife and shit. That's bitch shit. This is bitch shit, dog. Yes.
Oh shit!
That's what I'm trying to tell myself. I'm like, my girlfriend is gonna like be passive aggressive for 2 days, and I'm gonna go find another woman. That's a bitch shit. Either leave, tell her she's doing something wrong, and fix it, or talk it out, or figure it out as a man in a relationship, or be honest. But that whole like. I want my cake and eat it too. Mm-hmm. Men will go online and be like, men don't get unconditional love. Only children and women get unconditional love. Yes. Men got to provide something to get. It's like you're being an idiot. Yeah. Like because you're trying to find unconditional love because you're trying to find love for each of your conditions. You're full of fucking shit, dude. Stop cheating. It's bitch shit. Because you're doing it from some cuckery, boy.
It does, bro. It fucks with you, especially because I was a dishonest man, and then I've lived both lives.
Because why did you cheat? When you were cheating, what was the entry when you decided like I need to go find me another chick, man? This chick I'm with ain't doing what I wanted to do. What was the seed that got planted?
I think I don't even want to be deep and be like, well, it's an insecurity, low self-esteem, which I'm
sure we're not going therapeutic.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, let's go man shit.
Me thinking how I felt, I was just horny, just love fucking.
Yeah,
and then like I didn't even like some people. I think like the stress of the cheating. I didn't even like that. Like juggling.
I kind of get that. I kind of get like that adrenaline rush. Just
fuck no, dog.
But like, no, what I'm saying is I understand it, but I can't live with that.
Oh
shit.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yes,
Because I can't. If I stole $10 from somebody and they're like, "Hey, where? If you see my $10?" I'm like,
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I took that shit. I'm
Now
so
you
sorry. I'll never do it again. Like, I crumble. Like, I could never, like, I respect serial killers so much to be able to just hold on to that shit. Like, I'm just like, I couldn't do that. There's no way.
Yeah, especially when it's the guy who, like, I would never would have thought it was him. He was so nice. Like, he hid it from everyone himself. Yeah, what were we saying?
Some dudes just like to bang. But if you like to bang that much, don't have a don't have a ripcord for that parachute. You know what I mean? If you like to bang that much, just go bang.
Yeah.
Break up with that chick. There's no reason to be doing it behind a chick's back. Like, just go bang. Have the confidence to just go bang. Why are you holding this one woman hostage? Now you're going to fuck her up. She's got to go out and date. And now now you done fucked her brain up. And then I meet her at a bar one night. Hey, beautiful, how's it going? And now she's going to take me home and fuck my life up. You're fucking my life up. Stop.
Women appreciate the honesty too.
What do you mean?
Like, because everybody's lying right now. So just a little bit of honesty goes a long way.
Oh,
like
bro,
if you can compassionately communicate a message like that, like, hey, listen, I like you, but I also like this other girl. Is it cool if we all see each other?
Yeah.
I think people would be surprised at their response.
And if she's like, no, I don't want to do that, then you move on.
Yes.
My main message, stop fucking each other up because you won't be honest and you're doing covert CIA bitch shit.
I have this weird
Stop
thing.
doing bitch shit.
That's why I feel comfortable with, like, my girlfriend having, or like any girl that I want to be with, I want her to have a slightly above average or even above average or high body count. Because I want her to feel like she got it out of her system. Like, she lived that life.
What do you consider a high body count?
I mean...
He's like 10. I'm like, ugh.
No, I mean, honestly,
5.
I'm talking about if she's cool as shit, we love each other, she treats me right, objectively, she cares for me, she can have 100. I don't give a fuck.
The only thing I'll say about a high body count is you got to be man enough to let go of her past.
Yeah,
I've noticed that about myself. Like, I've had to work on that with certain stuff of and when you love somebody, you got to work on that shit. You know what I mean? That's not something that comes in a vacuum. And I was talking to somebody about this the other day. You can't work on relationships outside of a relationship.
Explain.
You can work on yourself a little bit, but you can't work on what you are in a relationship outside of a relationship. It doesn't work because you're like, I think what people mistake peace of solitude with self-work. And that's not the same thing.
What is peace of solitude?
Peace of solitude is I haven't been in a relationship or dated anybody in a year, and I feel like I'm over my last relationship. You're fucking not.
Ooh.
You're fucking not, dude. You're not over that relationship. I was outside of a relationship for 4 years. I kept to myself. I didn't really date. I was like, I would have some flings and stuff like that, but you're not healed until you're in another relationship and you start to see those triggers come back up. You start to see that possessiveness come back up. You start to see that jealousy come back up. You start to see that mistrust come back up.
Yep.
That's when you start working on it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You can't work on stuff outside of like your triggers. It's like trying to quit smoking.
Yeah.
Anybody can quit smoking
in between cigarettes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody quits drinking between drinks.
Yeah.
Everybody quits drinking until you're at the bar again and you're around everybody having a good time drinking and you're like, you start shaking. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You got to beat that shit out of you on location.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to beat that shit out of you. It's like PTSD training. They got to put you back in those scenarios. They got to put you back on the road. They put you in VR headsets. VR is becoming a big thing of like helping guys who've been blown up by IEDs and shit. Like they drive you back by trash piles. They drive you back by, I don't know, Arabs. No, I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? They drive you back by shit. And the more you do it in those same scenarios, the more you can heal from it. But even psychologists have realized if I don't put them back in damn near the same situations, it's going to be hard to reframe those synapses that fire off. It's going to be hard to reframe that shit, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, and in relationships, you feel like you're healed because you took a break from relationships, but you ain't healed shit till you get back in that next one.
Yeah.
And hope to fucking God that person has enough like grace to show you or patience to show you so you can work on that stuff. But if they don't, like you can't work on yourself outside of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
outside
you have
of
to have the
relationship.
experience. It's
you
like,
have to have those triggers.
Yeah.
You have to have triggers, dude. If you're not actively dealing with triggers, it's hard to rephrase your mind. It's hard to reframe the way you think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a desensitizing?
Yeah, you got to
trauma and all
you got
that.
to desensitize yourself to trauma. Therapy helps and stuff like that, and working on it and stuff helps, but nothing helps you like being around a trigger enough to actively recognize a trigger and talk yourself down from that trigger. That's the only real way you can do it yourself.
What's your take on
maybe? I don't know. I don't have a fucking degree.
Nah, we're just talking.
We just bullshit. If you can prove me wrong, or if anybody out there is like, this guy's full of shit, this guy's wrong, hey, tell me. Opinions are like art. There's no last brushstroke.
Yeah, that's why I like to say there's no prove wrong. It's like they could add to it, and that new information will help. Like when you add the Tetris block and fucking
yeah. I don't anything I say, I don't think I'm right.
No,
you can say anything and rephrase. Like you can I'll reevaluate what you say, and then I'll be like, all right, that sounds more correct and based in more, science or theory than what I have. I'm just going off anecdotal feeling.
Yeah, my listeners know what's up. They know that we talk about the world. There's no fucking
there's no judgment.
We just explore.
I don't speak. Anything I say is me spewing me.
Not like life coach shit. We just talking about life. We ain't trying to tell you how to live it.
This shit ain't got a degree behind it. This shit ain't got like I don't even watch seminars like that. Like this is purely me drinking and spewing. If you can help me out by correcting me, do it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is how we hang out. This is the only difference are the microphones. That's it.
For sure, dude.
How do you feel about a guy expressing vulnerability? And this is obviously all generally speaking, but like, is there too much? Like,
listen, there's too much. There's too much.
Okay.
But be willing to do it. Be willing to be vulnerable enough to realize that this might ruin this relationship because it only helps you. You know what I mean? Your goal in life is to make you better. It's not to hold on to people. It's not to make other people happy. It's don't negatively affect other people. But if you being dishonest is the only way to keep things moving forward, then you're fucked up from the get-go.
Yeah.
Be vulnerable even at the extent that it destroys relationships.
Yeah.
If it's honest. If your girlfriend does something and you're like, I don't like that, why would you hold on to that? To keep her? That's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So if you express vulnerability and she's like, I don't like that. Because there's, some people didn't grow up around that. So that feels weird to them. It's like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
she walks in on you crying.
Yeah, see that's...
You know what I mean? And she's like, that makes me uncomfortable. If you needed to cry, do it. Like, let her leave. You know what I mean? Like, but it helps you be more honest in a future relationship. If she can handle it, then that's good. If she can't, that's also good. Then leave. You know what I mean? Like I think if I was 25, I would say, man, you got to bottle that shit up. But like, I'm 33 years old right now, dude. If a woman can't handle me crying...
Yeah.
I mean, I can't cry all the time. You know what I mean? I can't get like, you can't be a punk ass. You know what I mean? Like you can't be like, Roger, he yelled at me at work today and it hurt my feelings. Like you can't be a punk ass. But like, if the weight of the world is coming down on you, and you're crying, and you try to cry alone as she walks in on you, this is probably me kind of projecting right now, but if she walks in on you and she's like, listen, I can't handle all these feelings, if you know that that was honest, if you weren't doing it for attention, if you weren't doing it to overreact, if you really held on to that as long as you can, and it was a herniation of self, a herniation of who you are. If it was a herniated disc in your feels, then they got to deal with it or leave. And if they leave, then you know you were. I'm the older I get, the more I'm like, you need to be as honest as you can with this person. Because the more you're dishonest, the more you do dumb shit like cheat. The more you do dumb shit like go find other people who can emotionally evaluate what you're going through and stuff like that. Be honest to a point of destruction.
Yes. Because you save time by doing that.
Yes,
and you actually become a better communicator.
Yes, you do.
Because for you to be honest, you also have to be introspective.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think a good middle ground is having the therapist, because you could you could say everything you need to the therapist so you can express vulnerability and talk to through your ideas, so you don't have the heart attack at 50 years old. And then also not, because I went through a phase where I was depressed. What's happening to me?
You just held in 5 cries. And God damn, Lisa! You just
But when I was depressed, I felt like I was a complainy dude, too much so, like over the top to Rachel, and she had the patience. But now looking back, I'm like, fuck, I feel like I ran out of my complaining, so now I just go to my therapist.
You can overdo it.
Sure. And it's been working out so far. So
you can't expect other people to like save you.
No.
I forgot a lot of that becomes like, yo, can you save me? And it's like, to a certain extent, it's like, I will show you patience, but I can't save you, big dog.
Nah,
you gotta help yourself, dude. Yeah, for sure. And there's enough avenues out there you can save yourself. Or were you saying you were like just crying a lot, or like you were just depressed?
I was depressed and complaining. I feel like outwardly, and I feel like I was kind of a bummer. And then
women don't like a bummer, dog.
Yeah, dude.
You can be sad sometimes, but you better be doing some drugs or something. To counteract that shit. It's like if somebody in the relationship has to be the bummer, it should be the woman. That's and the guy deals with that. But if you're a dude as like, hey, like women already have like physical, like they always have stomach issues or something, or their head hurts. Yeah, dude. That's like a thing I was talking about like a long time ago. Was just like, women jump on men all the time about like, my boyfriend, when he's sick, he is such a baby. He just can't handle being sick. He'll get a little headache and be like, I'm dying. And I'm like, you need to book. It's like, you know why men can't handle being sick and women can? Because men are sick every 5 years. Women are sick every day.
Yeah.
Women are sick every day. Women are like, I got a headache, I got a period, I got a cramp, I got a this, I got a that, I got a thyroid condition, I got a vitamin deficiency.
Yeah.
When I get sick, I got Ebola. When I get sick, I got H1N1, bitch. When you get sick, you just sad.
Yeah, Mercury in retrograde is now added to the list of a viable.
It's cancer season. Yeah. That ain't a reason to be sad. That ain't a reason to have a headache.
What do you think about the most?
What do I think about the most? Just in general?
Yeah, just in general.
Damn, that's a good question. Guttural reaction, guttural response, self-preservation in the eyes of others by not exploding at every single notion my body tells me to explode at.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Yeah.
Not yelling at the guy behind me to hey, can you back the fuck up a little bit? Or like not telling my chick, hey, why didn't you call when you said you were gonna call? Where did you go last night? You know what I mean? It's like not giving into every inclination my body has to throw a temper tantrum.
How have you done it? Because I feel like you've gotten better with it. Like I've watched you improve in that department over the last few months. What have you been doing?
Having a person that genuinely cares about me enough to realize, like, if I keep doing that, I'm going to destroy things.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like having people in your life that genuinely care about you enough to be like, if I keep giving into that, if I keep giving into my dad, like, you know what I mean? If I keep giving into the way I was like brought up of just like, where are you going? What did you do? Why did you fill up the car? Like, if I explode at every single instance that I can, I'm going to ruin relationships. And I love my alone time, but I don't want to be alone because I'm of a mismanagement. I want to be alone because I've decided to be alone, or I decided today's the day that I want to go for a walk by myself. I don't want to be that guy that's like sitting alone on a porch and being like, beating himself up over, because it's like, yo, you couldn't control that. You couldn't control the urge to just explode all the time. Like, no, I don't want to be that, you know. But it's like, that's what I think about the most, is like, and kind of realizing like other people have lives too. Like, and I know this is such a stupid fucking thing to say, but realizing like, they're busy.
Yeah.
They have jobs.
Yep.
They have depression too.
Nobody's mad at you.
Their sadness, they're sad too.
Yeah.
They looked at their phone, didn't know what to say, closed it and laid back on the couch in a pillow and a blanket and started watching, you know, Cowboy Bebop again.
Yeah.
That's what they did. It's like, the more you can commiserate with that and the more you can give people, the more people give you that grace, and the more I feel like you can give others that. And it's kind of like, people say you can't love another till you love yourself, and that's true. But I don't think you can love yourself till you learn how to love other people.
Ooh, damn. I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm having to learn how to fucking love people, dude, and not for what they can do to me. Or what they can do for me, or what they can do around me, or what they can, but like, grant them, you're a human too, and I'm gonna try to love that about you.
Yeah.
And if I can love you, and if I can help you, and if I can be selfless, that's gonna help me give myself some leeway too. You know?
Yeah, dude. I love that. I'm fascinated with paradoxes in life, and I feel like that what you just said is one of them. Like, you won't learn how to love yourself till you learn how to love somebody else. Yeah, dude. That's
why most people change when they have kids. You know, when they finally learn what it's like to, like, I gotta love this person to keep them alive.
Yeah,
like, it's like they start reevaluating self a lot. You know, like you see people who can be good parents, they usually start treating themselves a lot better.
Yeah, but some people say, I've heard the other side where it's like, oh, wait till you have kids, you won't have that body anymore. You won't, you know, I guess it gets like that's a stress that it brings. Like, you start eating all fucked up because, you know, you're worried about these kids, so you forget about yourself.
Well, it's like, dude, the struggle of a human is self-control, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody can control themselves.
No.
And diet is usually like, and I was talking to my brother about this last night, like, people eating food is like one of the only breaks of mundane people have, you know,
pleasure,
like,
explosion.
Yeah.
Like, just boom.
It's like cheesecake. It's like I can't bang Alan at the office because that's gonna make me feel bad. But this cheesecake just makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Or cigarettes or whatever it is, you know. But like, I don't know. I think there's also another part of it too. Is like you're loving something that destroyed your body. You know, like, what I mean?
Food and shit. Yeah.
Oh no, what I'm saying is like you're like your body's not going to be the same after kids. Most people's bodies isn't the same after kids, you know. But it's like,
yeah,
if you can love something that destroyed you, that's love, dude.
Yeah, like, yeah.
That's what love is.
Yeah,
you know.
That's a huge sacrifice. Like,
yeah, like a parent whose like child got addicted to who knows what and like stole all their money and wrecked their cars and destroyed shit and then gets clean and then rebuilds that relationship. What better love is there than that shit?
Yeah.
You know, like that's a strong, when you love somebody through their darkest shit because of biology, you grant other people, like I've noticed I've dated a few ladies with kids or whatever, and dude, the amount of patience they can have with you because they've had that with another thing it's phenomenal. I've also dated very selfish 20-year-old women, and it's like that. They wear you down. They're fun, but they wear you down. But like when something has loved something that has destroyed their body, you being a dumbass isn't gonna hurt them.
Do you ever imagine what you would be like as a dad, and like what problems you're gonna encounter with your kid?
I think I'd be a good dad.
I think you will too. Oh,
I think I'd be a good dad. Like I've had a few interactions with my chick's kids, and bro, like I can be so patient with kids.
Nice.
Like I could be just, I mean, there's a certain level where it's just like you're driving me nuts, and I want to like the teenage years it's gonna be hard because she's got like a teenager and she's got a 4-year-old, and I get the teenager more. But the 4-year-old's dumb enough to like, what he's doing is just instinct. Like what he's doing is just like, I don't understand Earth and what I'm feeling. The 12, 13-year-old is like, you know what you're doing, dude. Yeah. Like you're doing this because I can't do anything other than there's no way I can do this that you're not going to try it. If I try to show utmost patience, you're just going to like, just poke me until I like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do until I explode? Or I'm crazy enough that you get so much dopamine out of our reactions to one another, me yelling or me being whatever, that it's also like kids will fuck with you when they get bored. Kids will just get bored and be like, I want macaroni. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you're just bored.
Yep.
And you want me to pay you attention. So it's like, I don't know. I think I'd be an all right dad, but I definitely think step parenting is hard. Anybody that's like got kids that they're trying to step parent, especially with a baby daddy in the picture, that shit's gonna be hard. You know what I mean? Because like,
it has layers to it.
That shit didn't work out for a reason, you know. And most of the time, like if he's still, here's one thing I'm starting to realize, like this is going into step parenting, but we can go back into parenting kids. I feel like biologically, if I'm raising it, but the bad thing is like biologically, if I'm raising a kid, I don't know if I'll have the same patience as I would one that's not technically mine. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's way easier to scream at your own kid than it is somebody else's kid, because there's that wall you put there. There's that compartmentalization of this isn't my kid, so I need to. It's kind of like a teacher at school having to watch what they say. Like, this isn't my kid. I need to watch that. Like, so it's like, I don't know how I would feel like with my own child of like, I don't know if I'd be harder on them, you know, because they're mine and you can. And
it's be a little bit of projection there too. It's like that.
But I feel like if you can get outside of expectations of kids, I feel like I'm older now. I don't feel like I'd have much expectations of kids. If I'd have been younger, I might have had more expectations. Like, you need to be smart, or you need to be an athlete, or you need to be this, and I'm going to make sure you're that. And I feel like now I could probably pay more attention to like, I mean, he's clearly showing that he likes to draw. Like, let's harness that. Or he's clearly showing that he likes piano. Let's see if he likes it. Let's don't beat it into him. But, you know, I feel like I can empathize with a plight in life or an avenue of life more than I probably could.
Yeah, and I feel like we've observed enough archetypes of people where like we know the guy that just, you know, didn't have fun when he was a kid and then got a little bit of freedom.
That's the cool thing about our society now. We've shamed enough of that stuff to where we know that it's shameful. It's shameful to be the dad. Like, you can't hit the ball, Johnny. Hit the damn ball. Like, it's shameful to be that.
Yeah.
You know, we've trivialized some of that shit that was natural to a point that is shameful. So now we're a little bit more like sensitive to not being that. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Not putting so much pressure like, oh, I need my kid to be in piano and this and that. Whereas like you're saying like, oh, I could tell he likes to draw. Let me gently let's see this.
Yeah, you're responsible for your kids, but you're not. Like, you're responsible for your kids being good people, but you're not responsible for if they become a firefighter or a professional athlete. You can't control that. You know, I think a lot of people try to control that. Like, you see the dad who wants his kid to be good at baseball, and the kid clearly can't fucking play baseball, but he's got, like, this is me projecting right now, but it's like,
but that's the parent projecting.
But
like, one pocket of people I've observed is they want their kid to go to the good college. Yeah, it's a good college, but also because they want to tell their friends, my daughter's at Duke. My daughter's at Duke, and their friends like, oh my gosh.
And I was raised more of like, I don't think my dad gave a fuck. My dad just didn't want me to be a bitch. Like, and what I mean by that, I don't mean like that toxic masculinity. I just mean like, it's like, you can't cry because you have to play outfield. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't cry all the time. Like you gotta eventually you gotta stop crying. Yes. You know what I mean? And that's noble. That's a noble thing. Because if my mom would have raised me, I'd have cried about everything. I'd just be like, you know what I mean? I'm kind of useless now, but I'd have been useless and crying all the time. But like, so my dad was just like, all right, you got to be a dude. And like, now I can be a dude. Yes. You know, if I need to be, if I need to go, you know, if my family's starving, I'll go do what it takes, you know, or if I'm starving, I can do what it takes. I can get into that mindset of like, sometimes a dude's got to do what a dude's got to do. Yes. And that's fine. I can do that. Yeah. But like, I think oftentimes I think it's more, if it's not sports, a lot of times it's moms. A lot of times it's moms wanting to, especially like I was raised on like the church and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Southern Free Will Baptist in the South. In the South, there's very little tight-knit communities. Everybody's talking to everybody about everything. Mm-hmm. Everybody's judging everybody about everything. And gossip builds societies.
Yes.
Gossip builds societies. If it wasn't for people talking shit and you hearing people talk shit about other people, you would never do anything.
Yes.
So it's like gossip has utility. There is a utility of like her being like, did you hear that Rhonda got pregnant out of wedlock? You know what I mean? Yep. There is a certain level of gossip that does help the machine go forward, and it is necessary.
Apparently, I read that in Sapiens that's what got us to beat the Neanderthals, because we were able to socialize on that level.
Yeah,
on like the level of gossip.
Yeah, or and it's gossip creates, you know, hierarchies of guilt and hierarchies of shame. And you get with guilt and shame becomes society. Like you got to be guilty about things you do. You have to be shameful about things you do, and you need to create things with which they
can drive.
Yeah. They can figure out what you create. You know, groups of people to decide what's shameful and what's guilty, and you know, and then society can move forward. So gossip has its levels, but gossip turns toxic when people try to make sure that no one gossips about them. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of like mom issues and shit, like maybe what I have or whatever, that's where a lot of that shit comes from, where it's just like when a mother's trying to instill in you things that you don't believe in and you don't like, to a point where you can tell it's just like, you just don't want nobody talking behind your back. You want to negate anybody having anything to say behind your back, even though they're going to, regardless of what you do.
Yep.
And
it's a control thing. I have a friend like that. He broke up with an objectively crazy girl, and he found out she was saying stuff, and he was like triggered as hell. I'm like, dog, you already know she's kooky. Why are you letting her control you like this? Like she's though you shouldn't care what she's talking shit about. Her she has no credibility. But he just couldn't take it that somebody was out there
ruining his name.
Yeah,
and it's hard, and that leads me to believe that like some of what she says is probably true. Like not all of it, but like anytime I've been like, she's out there saying stuff about me, 30% of it is probably some dumb shit I did. And I'm like, this can't get out to people, man. I can't let people be known about this shit. Like, shit. I can't let, because like, bro, when it's one-on-one in a house with a person you like, or like, they ain't gonna only have good shit to say about you, dude. You know, like Rachel's got some bad shit to say about you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My girlfriend's got some, like, she could just my girlfriend can say 4 or 5 things and change people's whole perspective of me. You get what I mean?
But
like,
everybody has that.
But everybody has that.
Yes.
Everybody has that. That's one-on-one relationships.
Yeah.
That's friendships, that's anything, man. Everybody's got those 4 or 5 things. You could drop some knowledge about your closest friends that you spend a lot of one-on-one time with, that could ruin a facade that they would put up for anything. Yeah. You know, but that's just being people. That's just what it is to be human, you know?
Yeah,
like, But
I think the real ones hear that and go, oh yeah, everybody's got the thing. I'm not gonna hold it against them.
What I'm saying is if all of it was complete lies, he'd be like, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
Considering some of it is the truth, he's like, I gotta watch. I gotta make sure she ain't saying crazy shit. That's the truth.
I gotta make sure she didn't say A, B, and C.
Yeah, like I gotta make sure she didn't hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Cause I did that. Like, you know what I mean? Like for sure. Like some of it's got to be true for sure, dude. Because anytime I'm like worried about what a lady's gonna say after a relationship, there's 4 things I'm like, ah, shit, I did do that. Yeah, you know, like I did throw a table, throw a door. Damn, shouldn't have done that.
I had a girl's friend tell people that when I masturbate to porn, I like talk to the computer screen because I told her I do that sometimes.
Dude, I've done it.
Yeah, you get into it. I do it in my sometimes.
Bro, I've done it in my imagination.
Yeah, imagination. Dude.
I've been laid in a bed with in pitch black darkness in the morning time and just been like, yeah, you like that.
Yes. Yes, bro. Absolutely. Imagination. I stopped watching porn, bro, and I think imagination's worse, bro, because I have a vivid one, so like I'm fucking everybody.
Bro, my imagination is like Dr. Moreau's island of misfit bitches. Like I don't really do it anymore. I'm telling you, dude, when I try to like, and this isn't a noble thing. I'm not telling anybody to do this, but like when I'm monogamous, I try to like make it through and through. I try to make sure my thoughts are slightly clean too. You know what I mean? Like I like to let my thoughts go too crazy.
Yeah.
And take that for what you will. I'm not gonna go too far into it, but like I don't like my thoughts to go like X's and stuff like that, because you down some trippy shit like when you start doing that. So I really don't do that.
Yeah.
But like, but yeah, like, dude, if I'm single, I'll just be like, I'll take the woman I saw at Starbucks from the neck down, and the older woman's face I saw at a t-ball game. Put those two together.
Put a kangaroo tail on it.
I'll put that in Central Park in New York during dusk. I'll be piecing, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Like, and I'll just be like, yo, you like that? Yo, we gonna get caught.
You ever do like
caught? It's weird, dude.
You ever start at like the meetup, like how it leads into?
Oh, bro, yeah, hell yeah.
And you're just stroking and just thinking of the whole process.
Oh, bro, yes. I'll be stroking it like I'm picking her up in a car I don't own. I'll be taking her to a bed and breakfast that I've never seen before, just because it's got a big hot tub in it.
Like we're in Rhode Island now for some reason.
Bro,
like,
I make up the shit women read.
Yeah.
And if I'm using my imagination, porn's better for men, because if you let me, porn at least gives me like a benchmark of what I'm paying attention to. If you let my mind go crazy, dude,
it's a wrap,
dude.
It's a wrap.
I'm banging teachers from 30 years ago. I'm banging like my middle school teacher. Like my brain it'll just be like, oh, we don't have any rules. All right,
girls I wanted to sleep with but never got around to it, or we never had the chance. It's just like, all right, this is the time. We're in another dimension.
Yeah, like, bro, we in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
we in the dude. It's no, but you're saying that is true, that you do like talk to the screen.
Oh yeah, but she spread it as like to kind of make me look stupid. I was like, you can't keep me in prison with your secrets. With my secrets.
Like let it out. There's certain stuff that's like, here's my thing about your boy. If he's that crazy over what she's saying about him, some of that shit's true.
Yes.
And some of that shit he don't want to get out.
Yeah.
So if he makes you about to be like, she's just spreading shit about me, he wants to dilute all of it into bullshit. But like 3 of those things she says are shit he doesn't want to get out.
Yep.
And it's the truth.
Yes.
For sure.
Oh shit. I love that.
But no, I don't know. It's like I don't know. I think choosing to be monogamous. I don't keep bringing it back to this.
No, this is good. It's come back around, like honesty.
And like I said, my shit might fall apart in a year. It might fall apart in a month. I don't know. It might last forever. Who knows? You don't know nothing that's going to happen to you on this earth.
Yeah.
But it's if you take it seriously and you make that person the only person, you can work on yourself. But if you don't make that person the only person,
you cannot work
you
on
get
yourself.
lost.
So what about what about single people?
I'm not trying to get melodramatic, but I'm saying
no, I like that point.
When I choose to be, you're my only person, and I'll work it out with you, and I'll work on myself through you. I don't get to hide from myself anymore.
Ooh.
I don't get to hide from myself anymore. I don't get to hide from my triggers by going to another lady. I don't get to hide from my triggers by pretending, by being passive aggressive and disappearing or not talking things out with you or not telling you how I feel. I don't get to hide anymore. When I make you my only person and I make you the person I'm trying to work it out with, I'm not hiding anymore. I'm trying to work on it. And if it don't work, if you're honest to a point of destruction, so be it.
So you're saying you can,
so be it.
You can really, more growth happens when you commit to another person.
Yes.
Not like with a ring or whatever, but just like in your heart.
Dude,
you like,
it's like a sport.
Yeah.
When you decide I want to play baseball, you're going to get better at baseball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're wishy-washy, I don't know if I want to play baseball. I think I'm going to quit. I hate baseball. I don't really like it. But if you go in your brain, if you just flip it on, I want to be the best baseball player I can be. Even if it don't work out, I'm going to be all about baseball. You're going to be hitting better. You're going to be catching better. You're going to be running better. You're going to be a better teammate. You're going to be better to the coach. You're going to be better to the team.
Yeah.
When you decide you want to play baseball. Now, if you're wishy-washy, if you're bullshit and beating around the bush, I think I'm gonna quit tomorrow. I hate the coach, whatever. But when you decide, like, all right, you know what? This is my reality. I'm gonna play baseball and I'm gonna give it all I got, even if I fail.
Yes.
You're gonna become a better baseball player.
Yeah.
Even if you might not become a professional fucking athlete, but you're gonna be better when you decide that this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, when you do some difficult shit, you learn skill sets that help you in other things.
Yes.
Like you that translate into other things in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, dude. You know what I mean? When you working a job you hate and deciding like, I need this job, I need this paycheck, and I'm going to do it until I don't need to do it anymore.
Yeah. Have a plan. And
yeah. But if you're there hating it every day and I don't want to do this and stuff, everybody is going to turn toxic because you did it.
Then you're making other people hate it.
Yeah,
like,
that's
other
what
people
I mean.
didn't even know they hate it.
Yeah, and that's fine. And a lot of people take pride in that. And there was a while there where it's like I was kind of like the guy that like really liked making other people realize how bad shit sucked. Mm-hmm. But now I'm just like, is that a good thing? Like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing to make everybody at work hate being there. You know what I mean? Is that really a good thing to make everybody in this kitchen realize that this sucks ass?
Yeah,
you know, like some of these people are trying to like feed a family. That's not my place.
Or if you were in the military, like a platoon, you're like, do you guys know like why we're in this conflict?
Yo, this is about oil. Yeah. George Bush is bullshit. You know, no, like
yeah,
it's okay to know it without ruining everybody. You know, like let some people believe in it. I guess. Like I don't know. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. But I've noticed like if you just even if it's bullshit, like dedicate yourself to something, become better at it. And like you said, the better you get. If I get really, really good at poker, I'm gonna be able to apply that to other shit. That amount of focus, that amount of dedication. That's applicable. Yeah. Those parts of your brain you go to become good at things. Or will apply to other things.
Hell yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I do too. Bro, you dropped some bars today, bro. This is a great conversation. We are over the time. I want to keep people wanting some more.
Okay, word.
And I want to shut the cameras off and keep drinking with you. So
that works. Let's get trash, bro.
Aaron, where can they find you?
Yo, check me out on Instagram, Aaron, all lowercase, Aaron, number 4, Ransom, also lowercase. Check me out on that. I promote shows on that, and that's probably the best way to keep up with me. I'm trying to build TikTok right now.
Nice.
I got to talk to you more about that.
Yeah, dude.
To like figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I'm about it, dude. I love TikTok, dude.
Bro, I got you. We'll talk about it. Fuck yeah, dude. Yo, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Aaron is top 2 funniest people I ever met. This other guy from my neighborhood. I'm talking about like unique motherfucker. Like when he is on stage, the energy is different in the room. If you ever get a chance, hit me up. I'll tell you when Aaron's gonna perform, whatever. You gotta come see him. Check him out. And
I have off nights.
Yeah.
But if you see a good night, you'll be like, yo, I love this dude.
He's being humble, guys. Well, next episode we'll be on humility. Guys, share my stuff. Follow Aaron. Bye.
Freddie Valoy.
Yeah.
Follow him. Follow Valoy.